There are meetings that make no noise, no fireworks, no lightning bolt, just a look, a sentence, a shared silence. And yet, something in you knew, something knew that this person wasn't there by accident. If right now, a face has just crossed your mind, don't move. Breathe, because what you're about to hear in the next few minutes may change the way you see this person and the way you see yourself. Welcome to Buddhist Wisdom. I'm Dolma. For years, I've been studying the teachings of the Buddha, and there's a truth that few people know. Certain meetings can take on a particular meaning in light of karma and interdependence. Today, I'm going to reveal 7 signs to you. 7 signs inspired by Buddhist wisdom to reflect on the meaning of certain meetings and karmic ties. If you recognize even 3 of these signs, this video isn't a coincidence either. Stay until the end, because the 7th sign, the one I've saved for last, is the one almost no one notices, and it's often the truest one. Before we begin, just one thing. Subscribe to the channel, not for me, for you, to keep receiving these truths that help you understand what the heart already feels without knowing how to name it. Get comfortable. Set your phone down flat if you can. Close the other tabs of your mind. What I'm about to share with you needs your full presence, not your divided attention. Because in the Buddhist tradition, it's said that truth doesn't give itself to those who run, it gives itself to those who stop. So stop, just for the next 20 minutes. Give yourself this gift. You won't regret it. Before entering the first sign, let me ask you a simple question. A question I always ask at the start of this kind of video, because it changes everything. Have you ever had, in front of someone, the strange sensation that time was slowing down? That the world around you became blurry, and only that person remained clear? If the answer is yes, keep that memory close, because everything I'm about to tell you will give it a meaning you may have never dared to put into words. First sign, the feeling of immediate familiarity. You may have already experienced this. You meet someone for the first time, and yet you feel as though you've known them forever. No awkwardness, no distance, as if part of you remembered. Let me tell you a story. Imagine an old tale told in a monastery in the Tibetan mountains, over 4,000 meters high, where the air is so thin that thoughts are said to become clearer there. It speaks of a young monk who, one day, crosses paths on the road with a woman he had never seen. She was selling fruit by a river. He stops. He doesn't know why. She looks up at him, and for a moment, neither of them speaks. Then she simply says, "You've come back." He had never met her, and yet, something in him knew she was telling the truth. This story isn't unique. It repeats itself, in different forms, in almost every spiritual tradition in the world, because it describes a universal human experience. That strange, almost unsettling sensation of recognizing someone you've never seen. In certain spiritual interpretations of Buddhism, this sensation can be associated with the idea of karmic ties. But Buddhism mainly invites us to observe this experience with attention, without rushing to give it a definitive explanation. Buddhist teachings speak of samsara, the cycle of births and rebirths, and of karma, which links causes to their consequences. Certain Buddhist traditions also speak of karmic ties between beings. These beings may lose each other, find each other again, lose each other once more, like 2 rivers that separate and then reunite, further on, in another landscape. So, when you feel this strange familiarity in front of a stranger, you can simply observe it and ask yourself what it reveals in you. This may feel like a memory, old, deep, silent. There's an image I really like. Imagine the soul as an immense library, filled with books we can no longer read consciously. Every person we've known in a past life leaves a book there. We cannot open these books with our mind, but sometimes, when we meet someone, a page opens slightly, just enough for us to feel a shiver of recognition, without understanding why. Maybe you've already experienced this. Maybe with a co-worker, a friend met by chance in a waiting line, or even the person who shares your life today. That moment when you told yourself, without being able to explain it, "I already know you." Some even speak of a physical feeling, a slight dizziness, a warmth in the chest, like a reminder from the body before the mind even understands anything. Take a moment. Think back to the very first time you crossed paths with the person you've been thinking about since the beginning of this video. Was there that feeling, that unexplainable familiarity, that small dizziness, that impression of already known ground? If so, keep that in mind, because this first sign, as powerful as it is only a whisper compared to what comes next. Second sign, this person arrives exactly when you need them, not before, not after, at the precise moment. You were going through a trial, a doubt, a deep questioning, maybe a breakup, a grief, a period when you felt alone facing everything, when even the walls of your own home felt foreign to you, and suddenly, this person appears. In certain contemporary interpretations of Buddhist thought, this kind of meeting can be seen through the lens of karma and interdependence. The universe, some say, doesn't work at random. It responds to a balance. The Dharma refers to the teaching and the path of understanding and practice passed down in Buddhism. Certain meetings may give us the impression of arriving exactly when we need them. Think about this for a moment. How many times in your life has a person arrived right when you were about to fall apart, or right when you needed a sign to keep moving forward? In a Buddhist reading, we can look at this meeting not only as chance, but as an opportunity to observe the causes, conditions, and consequences that led our paths to cross. Some people stay only a few minutes, others stay for years, but each of these meetings can become an opportunity to learn, to understand something about ourselves, or to see our path differently. There's an image Zen masters often use. They compare life to a river and meetings to rocks placed along its path. Each rock slightly changes the direction of the water. Without it, the river would follow an entirely different course. I also like to tell this story, gathered from an old Burmese monk. He used to tell of a fisherman who, one stormy day, lost his boat and believed his last hour had come. A stranger picked him up on a small boat without a word and brought him back to the village. The next day, the fisherman wanted to thank him, but no one in the village knew this man. The monk, concluding the story, always said the same sentence: "Some people appear only for a moment, but that moment can change an entire life." This person you're thinking of, did they arrive at a turning point in your life? Right after a loss? Right before a big change? Right when you were about to give up on something important? If so, it's not a coincidence. It's an alignment. And yet, this is nothing compared to the third sign. That one touches something much more intimate. Many people, upon hearing it, tell me they had to pause the video to breathe. Third sign, this person confronts you with yourself. Some meetings bring peace, others bring the mirror. Around this person, you see your wounds, your fears, your repeated patterns. Sometimes it even irritates you. It touches sensitive areas you had carefully avoided for years, areas you had learned to steer clear of, like avoiding a closed room in a house. It's strange to say, but in the Buddhist tradition, this kind of meeting is considered a gift, even if it doesn't look like one at the time. Buddhist wisdom reminds us that certain difficult meetings can become opportunities to see our attachments, our fears, and our reactions more clearly. Imagine for a moment a tree growing crooked because of the wind. The gardener doesn't leave it that way. He ties a bamboo stake against its trunk to force it to grow straight. This stake isn't comfortable for the tree. It constrains it. It straightens it by force, day after day, relentlessly. Some people play exactly this role in our lives. They're not there to stroke us in the right direction. They're there to straighten out what, in us, had been growing crooked for too long. An idea often associated with mindfulness practice is that the people who bother us can reveal our own reactions, our attachments, and our wounds. Think of people who have made you uncomfortable in your life, not out of cruelty, but because they saw in you something you didn't want to see in yourself. If this person pushes you to grow, to heal, to become a better version of yourself, even if it's uncomfortable, even if sometimes you'd want to run from the truth, they reflect back at you. That's not a coincidence. It's a karmic lesson. When we don't understand our own patterns, we may sometimes repeat them in different forms. The practice, then, is to observe what repeats within us and gradually understand what causes us suffering. Which brings me to the fourth sign, and this one many completely overlook because it doesn't look like anything spectacular. It's discreet, almost invisible, and yet it's one of the most powerful. Fourth sign, the silence between you is never uncomfortable. With some people, you have to talk, fill the void, avoid silence at all costs, as if it revealed something embarrassing, as if it exposed a lack. With others, silence is a conversation in its own right. In Buddhist practice, silence and attention can become precious spaces of presence and observation because it asks for nothing, it demands nothing, it simply exists. Monks spend years learning to be silent with themselves, without fleeing, without filling that void with mental noise. And they say that being able to sit in silence with another person, without discomfort, is even rarer, even more precious. It's said that a Zen master received a student every day who would come sit facing him, never speaking. For months, they remained like this, sitting, silent. A visitor, one day, asked the master why he was wasting his time with a student who asked no questions. The master replied, "He's not wasting his time. He's learning the one thing words cannot teach." Think of those with whom you've shared a car ride, a meal, an entire evening, without exchanging a word for long minutes, and yet never feeling awkward. This kind of moment is rare, terribly rare. Silence, in this tradition, isn't emptiness. It's a full space, a space where two presences meet without needing justification. If you can remain silent with this person, without discomfort, without needing to fill it, it's the sign of a bond that goes beyond words. A bond that perhaps existed even before words. But don't leave now. The fifth sign is the one that shakes people watching this video the most. Many write to me in the comments, after hearing it, that they got chills, and that this sign they had never dared to name before today. Fifth sign. You feel their energy, even from a distance. A day without news, and yet you're thinking of them. An intuition, a hunch, a thought that surfaces without apparent reason, in the middle of an ordinary day, between two tasks, unrelated to what you were doing. You're doing something completely different, and suddenly, their face appears in your mind. Or worse, you sense that they're going through a hard time before you even know it. And when you finally check in on them, they confirm that yes, on that exact day, they weren't doing well. It can happen that we think intensely of someone from a distance, or that certain coincidences give us the impression of a particular connection. Buddhism, however, invites us to observe these experiences with attention, without rushing to a conclusion. Interdependence means that our lives are deeply linked to countless causes and conditions, but that doesn't mean we can read another person's thoughts or feel from a distance everything they're going through. Perhaps this feeling of connection seems especially strong to you, but rather than trying to prove where it comes from, simply observe what it awakens in you. There's a story one can imagine of two brother monks separated by hundreds of kilometers. One fell gravely ill one night, far from his home monastery. The other, that same night, woke with a start, seized by an inexplicable anguish, and prayed until morning without knowing why. A few days later, news of his brother's illness reached him. The date matched exactly that night of anguish. If this person continues to hold a particular place in your mind, even when they're far away, simply observe what that inner presence reveals to you. And the sixth sign goes even further, much further. It touches on something most people only realize years later, looking back. Sixth sign. This meeting changed your trajectory, not just your mood, not just your day, your entire life path. A different decision, a new direction, a door that opened or closed because of this meeting. Think back to your life before this person and your life after. Did simply crossing paths with them change the course of your choices? A move, a career change, a decision you never would have made alone. A word they said, almost by chance, that resonated within you for months until it became a decision. In certain interpretations of Buddhist wisdom, some meetings can be seen as opportunities to change direction, to learn, and to see our life differently. There's a parable often told in the monasteries of Sri Lanka, that of the traveler who had followed a familiar path toward a village for years. One day, a stranger stops him and points him toward another path, longer, more difficult. The traveler hesitates, then follows the advice. Years later, he learns that the first path led straight to a collapsed ravine, invisible from the road. The stranger had known, or perhaps he had simply been placed there at the right moment for a reason he himself didn't understand. These people are sometimes called ferrymen. They don't necessarily stay in your life. Their role isn't to stay. Their role is to help you cross. Once the river is crossed, some naturally fade away. And that's not a failure of the relationship. It's the fulfillment of its purpose. If your life took a turn after meeting this person, it wasn't just a simple passage. It was a turning point. Certain spiritual traditions might interpret this kind of meeting as a consequence of prior causes and conditions. And now, the seventh sign. The one I promised you from the start. The one almost no one recognizes because it makes no noise. It isn't seen, it's felt. Seventh sign. You never needed to understand her to feel her. No explanations, no justifications. Just a quiet certainty. You never needed to know why. You just know. That's all. Certain connections aren't understood with the mind. They're recognized with the soul. Certain meetings aren't fully understood with the mind. They're lived, observed, and discovered over time. We live in a world that demands answers to everything. Why this person? Why this moment? Why this bond? But certain truths escape analysis. They're content to simply be true without asking permission to be understood. Imagine a master pointing at the moon for his students. No need to spend a lifetime explaining the moon with a finger. One simply needs to look at it. Certain meetings are like that moon. You can spend your life trying to explain them with words, theories, justifications, or you can simply look at them, welcome them, and let them be what they are. If you've never needed to fully understand in order to know that this person mattered, then you already know, deep down, what this video has been trying to tell you from the start. Perhaps this meeting wasn't simply chance. Perhaps it was an opportunity to understand something about yourself. Take a moment, before we continue, to mentally go back over these 7 signs. How many did you recognize? 3, 5, all 7? It doesn't matter how many. What matters is what you feel right now, thinking of this person. Now, I'm going to ask you for something, not for the algorithm, for you. Close your eyes if you can, or simply lower your gaze. Take 3 deep breaths, slowly. 1 second, 3rd. And now, think of this person, the one who has been crossing your mind since the start of this video, maybe even before you clicked on it. Now, place one hand gently over your heart and silently name, in your mind, one thing this person taught you without needing to say it out loud, without needing to explain it to anyone. Let that be enough. If this video touched you, like it. It helps other souls, like yours, find it at the right moment. Share it with the person you're thinking of right now. Maybe they need it. Maybe they're the reason you're watching this video today. And subscribe to Buddhist Wisdom, not to follow a channel, to keep listening to what your soul already knows. Some people enter our lives by chance. Others give us the impression of arriving at the exact moment we had something to learn. And perhaps you've just understood what this meeting is trying to reveal to you.